with the message that presses the brain. Those other podcasts, they seem microscopic, cause they're the big balls that drop the hot topics. So sure, be more dumb, you just stay ready for DJ Boom, Shaheem, and on Debbie. Put them together, there's a treacherous street from the tri-state area to the DMV. So sit back, relax, get your Sundays on after morning, gone before dawn. That positive vibe that we hitting so strong with this podcast, so you can't go wrong. So here we go, 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 here we go. What's up, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of From the Shore to Be More. I am one of your hosts, the one, the only, Shaheem.
Oh, for sure, and I am yours. I am another host. My name is Deborah Singletary, a.k.a. Aunt Debbie.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, she is. Boom's not with us right now. He said he will be joining us shortly. And, of course, we are the treacherous three of the tri-state area and the DMV. And it's good, great, fantastic even to be back with you guys for another episode. We have a great topic for you guys today, as we always do. Today, we're going to be talking woman versus woman, ? Should transgender athletes participate in women's sport? It's a controversial topic. I know it's coming up more and more in our changing world, and so that's what we're going to be discussing today. It should be a good conversation. Right on, Debbie?
It's deep.
It is definitely a deep subject. It came up obviously in the Olympics recently for people who've been paying attention with the transgender boxer who competed in the Olympics. We're going to talk about all that and all the other cases where it's affecting your community, our community, whatever. We're going to get into all of that. But before we get into all that, let's talk about the Olympics a little bit, if y'all don't mind. The Olympics are wrapping up today, ladies and gentlemen. For those who are paying attention, and me being the sportsman that I am, I've been paying close attention to all the competitions, even the ones I wouldn't normally watch. And it's great to see our country doing so well. I think our total medal count is 126, I believe. 40 golds, 44 silver, and 42 bronze. And so, congratulations to all of the athletes from the United States who competed. Even to the ones who may not have won medals this time. Get them next time, that's all. Get them next time, that's all I have to say about that. But I want to especially send a special shout out to not only the U.S. men's basketball team for winning the gold, of course. Steph Curry went into a whole nother mode on that. Y'all got to go back and catch the game on Peacock if y'all can. I mean, it was amazing to see Steph Curry at the end of that game. I've never seen anything like it. So if you get a chance, you're going to want to go back and check that out. But I also want to shout out the women's team who played a very, very, very tough match this morning against the French. And they barely got through that one, but they did win. And so they won by 1 point. So congratulations to the women's. Yeah, it was a dog fight.
1 point is everything.
I'm sorry, say that again?
1 point is everything.
It's everything, right?
1 point is everything.
1 point is everything. That's right. You're absolutely right. And so they did win the game and took home the gold. Congratulations, ladies. That was a great game to watch. Fans like me, boy, I tell you, we are beating our chests. I'm telling you right now, our athletes make us so proud. So proud. Because the rest of the world comes at us. If you're paying attention, they look at us as the kings to be knocked off the hill. You know what I mean? So they come at us. They come at us hard. And it was a dog fight. The ladies pulled it off. So congratulations, ladies. I just want to say that. Absolutely. While I'm here running my mouth, I also want to put up this banner showing a number. So you guys, call live. You can call live and be part of the conversation, especially this one. I know everybody out there has an opinion on either side of the argument about today's topic. So I'm encouraging you, we are encouraging you to please call the show live and be part of the conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Not only that, I would also encourage you people to send in your pictures of your precious moments or the fun that you are having this summer, because I know you are, I am, that's for sure. So I know you guys are. So we encourage you to send in your pictures. You can send them to from the shore to be more at gmail.com. And speaking of precious moments, I have permission from my sister to share some fun that they were on just a couple days ago. They just got back from their trip to Italy, ladies and gentlemen. It looked magical. It looked magical. And so I'm just going to share a few pictures of their trip to Italy. At first, I want to say this. Sis, you need a better camera. I want to say that first. But nonetheless, I do want to share.
Hold on a second. She's talking to me. She said, buy me one.
You know what? Knowing my sister, that's probably exactly what she said. But I'm going to show some of these pictures anyway from her trip to Italy. I know this fountain. I've seen it many times. She's standing in front of it. I don't know the name of it. Please, sis, if you're watching, chime in and just let us know what the name of that fountain is. I know I've seen it many times, many times. And they just have so many beautiful pictures of their trip to Italy. I know from all the pictures that she's been sending home that it had to be an absolute magical time over there. Obviously, they got to see the Colosseum and things like that. Pictures of my nephew and my brother-in-law. Shout out to Renell and to Isaiah. I'm kind of hating a little bit because, man, it did look like a wonderful trip. It's something I wanted to point out, though. She was over there. She was in Pompeii. People, if you're familiar with Pompeii and the volcano that erupted over there and destroyed the city. And she took some pictures of not the volcano or anything like that. Mount Vesuvius, I believe is the name of that volcano. But she took pictures of these. Ladies and gentlemen, these are pictures of an ancient brothel. Yes, the oldest business in the world. What's even going on back in those days? I mean, come on. And they actually had a nerve to write the paintings on the wall. And she sent so many other pictures. I can't share them all with you, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, it was an absolute magical time. So shout out to my sister and her family. And I can see by all the pictures they enjoyed their trip to Italy. Shout out, sis. And I also want to encourage all you guys out there watching the show to please send in your pics, but also don't forget to turn on your notifications. It's one thing for you to subscribe to the show, but unless you turn on your notifications, you won't know when the episodes are coming on all the time. So please go back and please turn on your notifications so you don't miss an episode. We don't want you to miss an episode. Right on, Debbie?
That's it. You're talking right.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and so we're just gonna keep the ball rolling.
It's the one. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, get on up. Turn it up. Now we gonna have us a good time, good time. We gonna have us.
Happy birthday to all you. Is it still Leo season? I'm not even 100% sure. I believe it still is, right?
Oh, you're just trying to get to Virgo. Okay? Pull your heels. Wait.
All right. I'm trying to get these lions out of here, right? It's still Leo season, so happy birthday to all you lions out there. I'm not even going to try to roar. As you might have heard, my roar last week was pretty weak. So there you go. Happy birthday. You have anybody you want to recognize on, Debbie?
I do. My nephew, his name is Joshua. He is Wanda's son, her second son. And he is a sports person.
Oh.
His son is now on track. So, and he's a kind man, but he
Oh,
is
that's
a man kind of,
that's
person.
Happy
Very take care of business. Happy birthday, Joshua. Thank you for bringing
birthday.
him into the world, Wanda.
Oh, that was really nice. That was really sweet. Happy birthday, young man, if you're young. But I have just a couple people I want to shout out, ladies and gentlemen. First, I want to say happy birthday to my son-in-law, Kevin Wiggins. So proud of this young man. His birthday is actually tomorrow, but I want to shout him out today. Happy birthday, sir. Man, I am so proud of the man that you become. I've watched you grow over the few years that my daughter and you have been together, and watch you become just a Superman. A Superman. What more can I say? So happy birthday to you, sir. I know you guys are watching. Also, I want to say happy birthday to a cousin of ours, Kyle Berry. His birthday is actually today. What's up, Kyle? Kyle's been on the show, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to send a special happy birthday to him, too. So to both these guys, how about that? Everybody's got to pick up the family, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the two that I have for today. And then I just want to shout out a couple celebrities like I always do, some of my favorite celebrities, and maybe hopefully some of yours too. I want to start with actress Megan Good, ladies and gentlemen. August 8th, her birthday. I just love her, and I enjoyed her performance in Tyler Perry's movies. It was Divorced in the Black or whatever that just was out. I recently saw. So happy birthday to her. Also, happy birthday to Viola Davis, another just amazing actress. Today is Viola's day. So happy birthday to Viola Jackson. Also, Viola Davis. I said Jackson. I'm going nuts over here. Also, I want to say happy birthday to this guy. Count me out. To Michael Bivins of New Edition fame, ladies and gentlemen. His birthday was August 10th. So I'm going to say happy birthday to him for sure. Just a couple more, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep the ball rolling. This guy here, I had to shout out. Actor Lakeith Lee Stanfield. He's gotten so many big roles since he's jumped into the business, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you remember him from the Book of Clarence that we just talked about recently. Happy birthday to him. August 12th, actually, tomorrow will be his birthday. And then I just have one more, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to keep this thing rolling like we normally do. Special happy birthday to this lady here.
And will always love you.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Very special.
Love you.
Happy birthday to singer Whitney Houston. August 9th, 1963, ladies and gentlemen.
You, my darling.
Passed away, unfortunately, February 11th, 2012. And so, being a New Jersey native like me, I am definitely going to send a very special shout out to singer Whitney Houston. We miss you. So many of our biggest stars have had such tragic endings. It's incredible. Her, Michael Jackson, Prince. I mean, it's just incredible. The stories, some of them are tragic, unfortunately. But nonetheless, happy birthday. In heaven, obviously. Now, to those who are celebrating birthdays today or during the summer, if you're having any celebration of any kind this summer, we just want to remind you guys.
To level up your birthday party or any celebration, you need to call Shush Entertainment for your solid disco party experience, hosted by our own DJ Boom. Looking for that special gift? Look no further than jayztrades.com for a custom image 3-piece set for that special someone in your life. Or, if you're interested in an astrological reading, contact business carriers to find out how the stars are lining up for you.
That's right, folks. Make sure you contact Aunt Debbie so you can find out how the stars are lining up for you guys. How about that, all right? And we just gonna keep this thing rolling.
You know, I guess right now we should start the show.
And moving is one of my favorite things to do, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it is yours. All right. Oh, Debbie, what you been watching?
Oh, baby. Other than trash TV, one, I've had to unplug my TV because I was behaving like an addicted person sitting in front of
Oh,
it.
wow. Okay.
And just, and so I had to turn it off.
Okay.
Unplug it. So I'm going to have to go back to a movie I saw maybe 25, 30 years ago.
Really?
It
Okay.
is called, you can get it probably on YouTube. It's called Quilombo. Quilombo.
Spell it again, I'm sorry.
Quilombo. And it's about a free Black community in Brazil during the time of when the Spaniards had, turned the Black people into slaves. And when I saw that film, at the end, I couldn't move. The guy I was with had to comfort me and coax me to get out those people's theater. But it is a triumphant film about these people who were living large, even though they were, runaway. They weren't actually free Blacks. They had run away and lived up in the mountains, and they were kicking the Spaniards' ass. Finally, the Spaniards said, "We gotta go in and get those people because they're making people uppity on the plantations because they know there's some place to free them, and so they went hard. Find it. It's a good film."
Wow, it sounds like it's a good film. It sounds like it's a great film. I think I want to go check that. Wait, would you say I can catch it on YouTube?
I believe so.
Okay, good. No, I want to go check it because people who've been watching the show and of course on W2 already probably know how I feel about the colonizers.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I know.
So that.
And it's a beautiful film, and and of course, I guess it's one of those. It's like back in the day, and even then it wasn't in the box office. So, it's an underground film.
Okay.
And powerful.
All right.
What you got, Cheyenne? What you got, baby?
I got a couple here that I want to talk about. One I'm not even finished showing, but I want to talk about it, seeing anyway. But I want to talk about it anyway. First, I did see, and I was telling everybody to go see the Miss Cleo movie, The Rise and Fall. People, please, if you saw the movie, please comment on the show. Let me know what you thought about that movie. Please let me know. Call the show. Let me know. But I'm gonna give my opinion on it. Cleo was played by those who are into hip hop would know, the Lady of Rage. Shout out to the Lady of Rage. I rock my and stuff with my Afro puffs. Yeah, that's still a hot song. You can play it at a party right now. Yeah, she played Miss Cleo. I thought she did a good job playing Miss Cleo. I wouldn't say she was an Angela Bassett type of actress. You wouldn't expect that, but she did do a good job in this one. I thought it was a little dramatic, but it's Lifetime. I'm expecting that. I thought the story was good. I gotta admit, there was some behind the scenes stuff that I did not know about Miss Cleo's life that I found out during this movie, and I found myself actually cheering for Cleo in the end. So I would encourage. Yeah, I did. I did. So I would encourage people, if you have time, especially today, if you're not watching us, first of all, let me say that, to go and check that movie. It was on Lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Cleo, The Rise and Fall. They even did a special after that, explaining more details about this lady named Cleo. Cleo wasn't her real name. I should have wrote down that real name. I messed up on that one, ladies and gentlemen. But if you know, please check in, comment, do what you got to do. Let me know.
Miss Cleo, so.
Excuse me? I'm sorry.
We know her as Miss Cleo. So
Miss Cleo, that's how we know her, as Miss Cleo. That's right. And so I think a lot of people, especially if you were from that era, if you remember in the 90s, all the infomercial, dial 900 this, dial 900 that. If you're from that era, you're going to find this really interesting. So I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and go check it. How about that? Two more I want to talk about real fast. I tried to watch this one. This one I think was suggested by one of my wonderful co-hosts. Three Body Problem. Was that? Did you suggest that on Debbie, or was that Boom?
Must have been Boom.
It could have been. It could have been. It was more of a sci-fi movie.
What's it called?
Three Body Problem. Three Body Problem, and that was on Netflix. Fell right asleep on it. Not right asleep, but yeah, fell asleep on it, ladies and gentlemen. It was long. It took a while before it really got into the great, you know what I mean? By that time I was snoring. I was catching Z's. I'm gonna go back. I don't want to listen. I don't want to just totally disrespect the movie, ladies and gentlemen. So I am gonna go check it out again and try and make it through it. But yeah, I was out like a light bulb.
I love sci-fi.
Yeah, I do too. Absolutely love it. But like I said, it took a while before this one got into the grit. And so, yeah, I was probably one of the best naps I had. Yeah. A famous person in the music business, I think it was Barry Gordy, once said that in a song, you want to try and catch people in the very beginning. First few seconds of the song, you want to catch them. Well, I feel like that's kind of that way about my movies, too. If you don't catch my interest in the first few minutes, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So that was my opinion of that one. But listen, if any of you guys out there saw the movie or saw it and have a different opinion, please, I welcome you to challenge me and come comment on the show, call in, do what you got to do. Let me know what your thoughts were. And that's Three Body Problem. That was on Netflix, everybody. And I have one more. This one was recommended to me by my wonderful daughter, Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine. Of course, Kevin, happy birthday. And to my wonderful granddaughter, Cassidy. This was called The American Society of Magical Negroes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, The American Society of Magical Negroes. That's right. That is the name of this. I started watching it. I didn't finish it. Not because I got bored or anything, only because I had to run off. I had something I had to do when I was watching it at the time. So I didn't make it all the way through. But I thought it was
Magical Negroes?
Yes. yes. Shout out to whoever came up with the name. First of all, I want to say that was an interesting name. Grabbed my attention right away. That's right, the American Society of Magical Negroes. I don't want to go see if I start describing it, then I'm going to give away too much.
All right, we'll just watch it and report.
I don't want to do that because I want to keep people interested in it. So I'm not going to tell you what it's all about, but I encourage you to go check it out. It's on Peacock, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me.
Okay. Is it a comedy?
On Peacock. On Peacock for those, or maybe you can find it on the internet. But David Alan Grier is in it. Of course, great actor. Shout out to him. And it was interesting. I've never seen any. I say this. A lot of times when I'm watching a movie, whether it's a TV show or a movie, sometimes I get a feeling like, you know what? I've seen this before. I've seen this before. I didn't get that from this at all. You can probably tell by just the title alone. You've never seen this before. So yeah. So shout out to Peacock. First of all, and shout out to David Alan Grier. And yes, I encourage people to go check it out. And if you do, please, ladies and gentlemen, please come back next week. Let us know what you thought about not just my pick, but on Debbie's picks too, guys. We want to hear from you guys, all right? And that's my picks for this. Yes, indeed. And listen, folks, if you have ideas that you think are going to be good for our audience, we'd love to hear from you guys. But more importantly, if you are a business and just someone who's interested in supporting our show, sponsoring, and things like that, we would especially love to hear from you.
To contact us, you can reach us on our YouTube channel, where you can comment during the show, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also watch, like, subscribe, and comment during the show on our social media platforms. Our Facebook page or our Instagram is @From the Shore to Be More. Our Twitter or X is @2_BeMore. Our email is fromtheshore@gmail.com, or you can call the show at 732-440-9314. If no one answers, please leave a message, and someone from the show will get back to you.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back to you. Now it's that time of the show that everyone is always waiting for. It's time for us to jump into today's topic.
Let's dive.
Let's get at it, right? Let's get at it. Woman versus woman. Question: should transgender athletes compete in women's sport? If you've been paying attention to the Olympics, like I have, especially to the boxing, we've seen the controversy over the boxer. I forgot what country he was. This person was representing. I believe it was a country over in the Middle East. If anyone knows, please comment on the show and let me know. The boxer's name was Iman Khalif. I hope I'm saying that right, ladies and gentlemen. But here's a picture of that boxer. Okay. And this boxer went on to win gold in the women's division, ladies and gentlemen. And so there's been a big controversy about her because this athlete is supposedly a transgender athlete. Now, I did do some digging, and according to the Olympic rules, this person, I'm not going to say, I don't know for sure whether it's a girl, I don't know for sure. I'm going to be honest. But this person passed all of the regulations or what have you to be able to compete as a woman. I want to say that first. They do have some guidelines, and apparently this person passed the guidelines. So they consider her or this person to be a woman. Went on to win the gold, and not only that, but seriously injured one of the athletes on their quest. Did you hear about this story on Debbie?
No, but I'm wondering, I'm on my phone now. I'm wondering, what are the guidelines for a trans person to be eligible to compete? Because I think, that
isn't that an interesting question? Let me play this video. I think people will get a lot of information from this video that I have for you guys.
Okay.
And please, people, chime in on the show. Let us know your opinions. We want to hear from you.
The debate about transgender female athletes has been raging.
Now to the ban on transgender track and field athletes from high-level women's events, including the Olympics.
Trans college athletes will now be required to document sport-specific testosterone levels before their championship selection.
The World Athletics Council has today taken the decisive action to protect the female category. Many believe there is insufficient evidence that trans women do not retain advantage over biological women.
At the core of the issue, the science. What does science tell us about the differences between male and female athletes? In virtually every sport in which performance can be quantified, by the clock, the tape measure, or by weight, the most accomplished men outperform the most accomplished women. Why? It can be summed up, for the most part, in one word: testosterone.
Little boys will generally outperform little girls in sports, but it's not by a wide margin. That all changes once boys hit puberty.
Joanna Harper is a researcher at Loughborough University in England. She studies transgender athletes and has advised organizations such as the International Olympic Committee.
At that point, testosterone increases enormously.
Testosterone is a hormone present in both males and females, but at vastly different levels.
This initiates some major changes in terms of size, strength, bone structure, hemoglobin levels, which are very important for endurance.
Testosterone increases protein synthesis, it increases growth of bones, it increases a lot of the factors underpinning these changes in stature, lean body mass, and differences between the sexes in general.
Tommy Lundberg is a physiologist at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden and the author and co-author of some of the most influential studies on gender in sports.
Men have on average 40 to 45% more lean body mass or muscle mass than women have. And the differences in muscle strength are even more pronounced.
Even at the lowest end of the range in males, cisgender men, that is, those whose gender identity matches their sex at birth, still produce more than 4 times as much testosterone as cisgender women at the highest end of the female range.
So really, testosterone drives these sex differences and is then a really good marker for whether you have undergone and benefited from the male puberty versus if you have not.
One of the key issues concerning transgender women athletes centers on those physical benefits that accrue as a result of undergoing male puberty, also known as testosterone-driven puberty. To compete in women's sports, transgender women are typically mandated to undergo hormone replacement therapy to reduce testosterone for at least 1 to 2 years.
We see in essentially all studies published on transgender women undergoing controlled therapy that they do reach female levels around 1 to 2 nanomoles per liters.
There is a reduction in muscle mass, muscle strength, muscle cross-section area.
But experts such as Harper, who is transgender, say that testosterone levels are only part of the equation when it comes to mitigating the effects of male puberty.
It's unlikely that trans women will lose enough strength to get down to typical female values.
When you later change or drastically reduce testosterone levels as an adult male, for example, we don't tend to see these large changes. So you can't really undo the male development during puberty.
All right.
Oh my God. Boom is here, thank God, because
What's up, Boom?
I was like,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
They got dry on me trying to be on the show. I was like, whoa. Hallelujah.
What's up, everybody? I'm here making it do what it do that need to be done with each and every one of you out here live at the performance getting ready to happen at 4 o'clock. I was setting up and helping get the music and stuff together. That's why I said I will be there shortly, but I was going to make sure I was going to be here by 2:30. So here I am.
Well, okay. Make my heart beat. But did you see the throwback show?
Yeah, yep.
So that's another clip right there in the film.
You saw the video.
Yeah, I came in right when the video started.
Okay.
Right, and so one of the points in the video he made at the end, you can't really reverse the effects of male puberty.
Right.
Even with all of these things that they're taking, these hormones that they're taking to decrease muscle mass and all that. Yes, you can do that. You can do that. But science has shown. I'm not a scientist. People don't get at me. This is what these professionals are talking about. Science has shown that you can't get it down enough. Once you've gone through male puberty, the damage is done, ladies and gentlemen. That's the facts of it all.
And also, I don't think they mentioned this in the film, but there's also the male psychology. Now, whatever it is that motivates people to change their sex. And,
Mm,
good on them to, good on anyone who stands up for an identity that other people think they shouldn't have and being
mm,
self-defining. I think that's
mm,
amazingly courageous.
mm.
But I,
Okay.
I am not, but there is also a mental component
It's gotta
to
be.
being masculine. Um,
It's gotta be. Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and so I'm not sure that drives that out.
Right.
That the waiting
Right.
10 years is going to drive that out.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
There's,
I
I'm sorry.
absolutely have to agree with it all. That's really why, I think talking about this is major because clearly we see what's happening in the world. We clearly see it,
Oh yeah.
and it's becoming more and more and more prevalent. Like we have different species of animal. I spoke to a friend of mine about being, gay, queer, whatever they want to call it, and I told him, I said, but okay, so you're gay, but you don't do the flamboyant stuff that some of the others that call themselves gay do. Like you just don't do it. So that to me, call me what you want. Y'all can criticize me, and I'm talking about those watching the show, whatever. But you should have your own stuff. You should be a whole separate species from us because I don't see women, regular women, doing the things that the flamboyant, gay men do, all of this and this. I don't see that. I don't see women do that on a normal basis. I don't see them snapping their hand back and I don't see them doing all that. But
You're
that's what
right.
you guys do. You know what I mean? That's what you
And
guys
they
do.
call that, and they call it
So
being a woman. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly. And you call it being feminine. Like I don't see women doing that. Now, if they get mad, when we talk about the black girl with the head shake, that's something different. But I'm talking regular honey, honey. Like I don't see women just talking like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just don't see it.
Yeah. A lot of
And
gay people are just overly animated. I would say, and trying to put an exclamation point mark on a point that they're women, which of course we know
Not
physically they're
all
not.
of them, not all of them.
No, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them. So just speaking to the point that Boom's making,
Yeah.
some of them are really animated, really over the top.
I've talked to
I
several
would say,
people about it. Everybody that I've spoken to agrees that if you're going to do that, that's your decision. You want to change from a man to a woman, that's your decision. But you need to be put in a certain category. Bottom line, you're gonna have to own the decisions that you make. This is the same way all the rest of us have to own our decisions. You have to own the decisions that you're making. You know what I mean? And you have to
okay,
deal with whatever comes with that decision.
okay,
Bottom line. So you should not be allowed to be participate in a woman's sport when you're biologically not a woman. You were built in a
yeah,
laboratory. I'm sorry to hate to say it that way, but you were built in a laboratory. So you should be in a category with other folks that did the same thing, that made the same decision, and do that. Whether it's swimming, whether it's boxing, whether it's track and field, any of them, you should not be allowed to compete with women because at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel, you're not biologically a woman.
okay,
Well, to support what Boom is saying, or to give emphasis to it, when transgender people are dead and gone, if someone was to go, 5,000 years future forward, if they were to go back and dig up those people, they would be male. They would call them a man. They wouldn't, there's no transgender bones.
mm,
Right,
So that,
right, exactly.
and also, I grew up watching crime stories. That part of the way they identify the age of victims is by their bones
the
and
bones,
by how wide the hips are or how
right,
narrow.
right,
And some of those could factor into how they compete as well.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
all for
yeah,
people doing themselves, but it concerns me. I wouldn't want
Yeah.
to be, competing with a transgender.
Here's my take. Here's my take on things. I don't want to beat transgender people up. Obviously, this is a community that does exist, so I'm not going to beat them up. But I want to be real about a few things. And when I say real, I mean facts. What are facts? To me, when it comes to something like that, you are what your blood says you are. If someone drew your blood and you had too much X or too much Y chromosomes, you are what you are, right? So
Right.
if your blood physically is telling me that you're a man, you can't just run away from that. You can't. There's no magic wand that you wave and just transform into something else. It's just not. And I know that particular community, along with the LGBTQ community, they are always game for a fight. Like they're always they always are being oppressed, and that's not always the case.
Right.
People are just pointing out the facts. I think in this particular argument, I don't think anybody really is trying to beat them down or oppress them, and saying physically you were born a man, and you still possess a lot of the chromosomes and things, the hormones and things that come with being a man, especially if you pass through puberty. You can't change that. You can't change that. So, that being said, you do have an unfair advantage over the ladies. I don't see how anybody can say that you don't. It's crazy when I hear the other side's arguments. I understand they want to make this part of the discussion. I get that part of it, but let's be real about the facts, okay? In the science. That's my thing.
Part of the facts are emotional, and I care about how they feel. I care if I take, for example, a male who is born shorter than the average. I understand that why are you laughing?
No.
I understand that there's some difficulty. And so sometimes you have to rise up in order to prove your manhood.
Right.
Actually, there's a name for that. They call it the Napoleon complex.
Napoleon complex. Right.
Because often, what I have found is short of women as well, as a tall woman, when some little woman starts competing with me, I'm like, what's going on? And they go, oh, I'm tall. They wanna, and if you're a tall woman, you feel sometimes you don't feel feminine. You go to a club and you're taller than all the men. So I feel about the challenges with deciding to change your gender and then having somebody tell you you're not woman enough in order to participate in some aspect of society. So I do care about how they feel about that.
I want to say this. Why is it that they can't participate with the men? I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
They're not men. They've identified themselves as women, and we are beginning to identify them as women. So they can't say I'm a woman and then go play with the men with titties. You know what I mean?
Okay. From a physical side of it, yeah. But if their chromosomes or their testosterone levels are kind of similar, then they should compete against them. They shouldn't compete against the women who have lesser testosterone levels.
It's not similar. I think Boone said maybe we need a whole other category of sports, but it's not similar.
That's crazy.
The testosterone does come down with the the transition. So they can't compete with men either. So they can't compete with men, but they have an unfair advantage.
They have I'm about to speak to that. So that's not fair to the ladies.
Women, transgender men who were women in basketball or football that we know of?
No, not that I know of. I do know of one woman who was a transgender athlete who competed. I think it was weightlifting in the weightlifting classes. But Not in the
But
Olympics.
that's an
Not,
individual. She's not
individual.
on a team with, she's not in a contact sport with men.
No, it's not a contact sport. No, not a contact sport.
Mm-hmm.
No. And
But
speaking to this argument,
so to me,
I'm
you
sorry. Go
put
ahead,
them in
bro.
their own. So if men are fighting men or wrestling men or competing against men, then you let them compete against another transgender person. Period. Now
Yeah,
you're on an even playing field.
yeah. In
But
that
is
same
there
video
enough?
that's
Are
what I
there
was about to
enough
speak to. That's
athletes?
exactly what I was about to speak to.
Yeah.
And if I'd have recorded more of that video, they would have went on to explain that community is so small that they can't even collect enough data because that
Yeah.
community is so small. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
so it's too small for them to have their own thing. Unfortunately, I think it would probably be something we'd have to talk about. But if there were more, but there's just not a lot of transgender athletes that are out there. Now, I've heard this case come up on Long Island with track and field, but I also heard it come up in the case of California as well. And the women were the ones who were actually pushing for a change because they were kept getting beat by these transgender athletes.
Understood.
Running, swimming, things like that.
I
Understand so.
understand that.
And girls were complaining. They train all their lives to get to this point, and then they're getting beat by people that were born men. And getting robbed of their opportunities. And yes, I think they have a fair argument.
Right. Yeah, I have to agree. Like, can you imagine? I trained forever for this opportunity, and somebody just comes along and decide they're going to get a change, and now they can just be in what no train. Like, man, nah, no.
Especially if you came in second, because you would have been first.
Right.
Especially if you came and said, "Oh, I mean, I'd be losing my mind. I'd be losing my mind." So again, like these athletes train. They work hard. They work hard to get in these positions, man.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
If you're trans, understand you're making a sacrifice, and I don't want to have to pay for the sacrifice that you're making.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
A man to a woman, because I make sacrifices.
Well said.
I'm a woman who's chosen not to have children. It's a sacrifice. You know, I'm not going to try to compete and say I am exactly like a woman. No.
Right.
You know, there are similarities, but there are differences. And so, you know, when a person has to, in a sense, prove themselves, like I've never had
prove
to
themselves, right?
Prove my being a woman. I used to say to Ken, "Oh, I'm not feminine like those other women." And he would go, "Oh, please," because you know I'm not feminine in a way. When Houston may have been feminine, but I'm feminine in a way that I don't have to prove that. I think when you have to fight, you know, I see this in artists sometimes. You have to fight to be. You know, you have to fight for your freedom, and you have to fight to be. You know, I imagine you carry that fight into arenas where it's just not fair or helpful. You have to accept you made a choice, and when you made that choice, it may have been something you're giving up. That's
right, and you own it, and you own that choice.
You own
That's exactly the feeling. Then you own that choice. Exactly. It's open. You absolutely
I
own
don't know
that
if there's
choice.
something going on with your mic, but people are texting me saying that they can't really hear you. I can hear you pretty clearly, but somebody's saying that.
Yeah, I can hear you clear too.
I can hear him the whole time, but me.
Yeah. You on Debbie? Yeah, is there something going on with your mic?
Oh.
But back.
I can hear you good, but I have no idea what to do.
I can hear you just a little crackly. That's all, but I can hear you. I can hear you.
1, 2.
Maybe I was too close. How's that? Is that better?
No, I'd rather you sit closer. There's that pretty face. All right.
Right.
All right. Yeah,
right.
Back.
You're sexist too, but go ahead.
Flattery gets me everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? But back to this conversation. If someone was to ask me my opinion on the whole thing, I would flat out tell them no. I think it's wrong for transgender athletes to compete with the women. I don't know how we fix this problem. I obviously, these are people that want to compete, and they shouldn't be robbed of that experience. How we work this out, I just don't know. I don't know if there are any answers. Now, this boxer that was in the Olympics, like I said, did qualify. But neither the Olympic Committee or this person has come out to say whether they were truly a man or a woman. I thought that was very odd. I tried to find some more information. I could not find. If anybody can find information on whether this is a man or actually a woman, was born a man or a woman, please let me know, because they are trying to keep it under wraps and I cannot find the information. Now, the fact that they're trying to hide it already gives me my answer. It already gives me my answer. More than likely, this person was born a man. And if you look at the photos, I'll put it up again, and everyone, please, you can judge for yourselves what you think. I would say that it kind of looks like a man, wouldn't you say?
Well, those shoulders. It's not even just the muscles. It's the flat of the shoulders. Can you hear me?
Boom, your music is up. Is that you?
No, I'm outside.
Why am I hearing Michael Jackson?
Oh, then you can hear the music, because that's what's playing inside.
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah. So it's not just the muscles. It's the slant of the shoulders.
The whole thing.
Muscle building does that. I don't know. And in terms of they deserve to compete, well, maybe, but I know that. Now, let me just give you a contrast. In order to do well economically in this culture, it is recommended that we get a job, with benefits, and we get a job with a pension. Right. Now, me growing up, I'm different, right? I'm different. And I go, I'm not going to get a city job. I had a city job. I quit my city job. And people are like, what? You quit your city job?
Right.
Like, me, I'm an artist. I become an artist, and now I'm having trouble paying my rent. And it's time to go to the doctor. I don't have any benefits. I don't have any health care.
Yeah.
That's my choice.
Right.
I could try to create around those choices, but I can't, go to Shaheen's and Turkey and say, I'm a woman with job because I'm an artist.
Right.
And I can't afford rent. You know what I mean? I have to take the good with the bad. There's always a sacrifice. So I don't think it's up to society to make me whole, although I love when there are programs and grants for artists, some of that, does go on. But it's not up to society to make me whole. I have to make my whole. Ken says the person in the Olympics was not a trans person. They were born with extra male chromosomes. And at one point was disqualified because they couldn't pass the chromosome test. Same difference.
Shout out to Ken. I want to say, first of all, it's good to see you tuning in, Ken. Thanks for your response. So this person was born with an extra male chromosome. Okay. And so that's why they were disqualified. Well, that in itself is interesting. Well, no, not disqualified. I'm sorry. Were in the past disqualified from other, and then allowed. Then later on allowed to participate.
I wonder what an extra female chromosome looks like.
That's the first I heard that.
Right. Right.
If someone could be extra female, I'd sure like to see it.
Right. Right. A female, extra female. That's interesting. That's interesting. To me, it's still the same dynamic. What Ken is saying right now is something brand new that I heard. hearing about that whole situation as far as the Olympics go.
Yeah, it's good to have the clarification, though.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely needed it because I couldn't find anything.
You saved us.
So the dynamic, to me, the dynamic would also be like, so if I decided I was going to use steroids and the other person's not, should I still be able to compete with a person and I'm enhancing and I have an enhanced body? So it's still that same dynamic. You know what I mean? So that extra chromosome, if that is the case, then no, she should not have been competing with a biological female that doesn't have the extra perks. Let's put it that way. If you don't have extra perks, no. 46 seconds into the contest, 2 swings, she was like, it's too hard. And you got protective gear on your face. Can you imagine? You could feel these punches through protective gear. Too hard. Like what?
I do want to say this though. I do want to say this. That particular boxer, Iman Khalif, was beaten by a woman in one of her past months, and the person who beat her actually came out to defend that person. I just want to make that note. I should have wrote down the name.
That is very important. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. The person was a little older, and so they didn't compete in this Olympic, but they did beat her before.
But how long ago? I would like to know the circumstances.
I wish I wrote that down.
Already trained, and then mom comes along new, and this person, so it would be interesting to know.
I gotta be ready for it, Debbie, boy. She be coming with the questions, boy. I gotta be ready for it, Debbie. I wish I wrote that down though, because that is interesting. I'd even like to know. Maybe I can make that point next week. How long ago it was? Right. Because I found the article interesting, but I was trying to read through a lot of things, so I couldn't just jot down everything. But I missed that. But I did want to make the point, though. Yeah, he was beaten by a female before. I would go as far as say that there are females that I believe that can beat this person. That doesn't mean that I feel that person should still be allowed to compete. I believe that
the difference is the person was born that way. They didn't have a choice like trans people. Right. So those are the breaks. I don't feel I have to compensate.
Did you say those were the breaks?
Yes. I mean, in the old days, they used to say that women couldn't be ballerinas if their breasts were too large or their butts too big. So, that was a reason to disqualify certainly a lot of Black people. But if real people are doing a skit and I go, I want to be in it, and they go, but you're not a little people. Not only that, you're a big, tall woman. I'm going to legislate because I can't be. I'm going to say little people should not be allowed to put on productions that discriminate against tall people. I'm going to say, damn it, those are the breaks. I want to play Juliet. Yeah, but Romeo is 21 and you're 75. You're discriminating against older people. Those are the breaks.
I just want to ask Ken real fast as he's checking in. Well, Ken, let me point this question to you. Do you think that transgender athletes should compete with the ladies? I'm just curious to know what your answer is before we start heading out, ladies and gentlemen. Or anybody out there watching the show, what are you guys thinking? I mean, do you guys think that transgender athletes should compete with women? Let us know what you're thinking. Like I said, there's a case out in California also. I think track and field again, where the ladies are getting beat and the athletes are complaining about it. But those powers that be out in California are refusing to do anything about it, like the powers that be out in New York. Now, I do know on Long Island that the Nassau County DA, I think, is the one bringing a case to court to have regulations changed where transgender athletes can be banned from these sports. It's a shame that it had to come to that, but that's what it's coming to around the country. Oh, okay, Ken responded. I think they should have their own category. Well, there you go, boom. There you go, boom. I think a lot of people starting to feel that same way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a great conversation. I gotta admit that was really good.
Absolutely. I'm not saying don't compete. I'm not saying, don't let them do whatever, but have your own category. Like, you know what I mean? If I can't go into the ladies' room because I'm a man, then and because of what you're saying, if a person is of liking the same thing that, whatever, y'all know what I'm trying to say, then he shouldn't be allowed to come in my bathroom. I shouldn't have to go to the bathroom with him, or vice versa, or just let it be free.
I go to the bathroom when I have to, when the woman's line is too long.
Oh, I've gone into the women's bathroom too when I know ain't nobody, coming in there. You know what I mean? I've done it.
So have. If I had to go real bad and I can't get in the men's
absolutely.
I would walk right in. I won't even think about it.
And I mean, but I'm talking about the ones that I can lock the door where I know nobody's gonna walk in. You know what I mean? So it's not a big but not in public. Like if I'm in the airport, I'm not gonna walk into the women's bathroom. It's gonna be a huge problem. Oh, that man just walked into the women's bathroom. Like, well,
I've done it.
Why would you do that, Shaggy? Why?
I had to go bad, man. I was about to kill myself. I sure ran in there right up. I had to go bad. But you might notice that around the country, you're starting to see more and more unisex bathrooms.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
It's a changing world.
It's a changing world. They tried to say that anybody could go to the bathroom that they identify with. And as a woman, if Boone walks in the bathroom, I don't know him, I'm not going to feel safe. And so, they had to change that law, and now they're making bathrooms so people can, it's not necessarily same sex, it's either sex can go in.
Either sex can go in.
But you can't, they tried to push that past. And I say push, like it's an intimidation by people who, they have special needs, so now they're going to intimidate and make me wrong. And I can no longer have a woman's bathroom. That's not right. I understand that, and I admire anyone who is going to choose to be transgender, or if someone asked how DeGeneres was she gay by choice or by nurture, she said, why would anybody choose anything so difficult? So anybody who can stand up for who they are and do what they do, even though their family and friends may not be down with it, high five. You do you, boo.
Do you just don't drag me into it. That's all I'm trying to say. I think we can all three agree on this point. It's a changing world. Things are going to be different moving forward. There's no denying it. There's going to be certain regulations or whatever passed concerning these type of things and other things moving forward. It's a fastly changing world right now.
Yeah, but you want to look at being intimidated to change. That's my concern. That if I say something, like making it my responsibility, I'm trying to remember, what is it called, the pronouns. And I make a mistake, and I'm giving a meeting, and this has happened to me, and I make a mistake because the person to my eye looks female, and I say she, and then they stop my meeting. Pronouns. I say, you take care of it. You take care of it. You want me to change all.
Suck it up.
That I see, I can't trust my, you don't want to.
Just suck it up.
At all. I mean, I'm down for it. You know what I mean? I am down for anybody being what they want to be. But I don't want it to be by intimidation. And if I forget, lo siento mucho, I have, I'll try it again.
With them on.
It becomes too challenging. To remember these things. For me, I claim old.
I think we all agree. Boom, you got an OMG for the week this week?
I do have OMG of the week. It's actually uploading as we speak. But so everybody has dealt with this at some point or another, but I think this person took it real far. So let me just. My bad. I hit it twice. So as I was stating, because I'm just waiting for it to finish processing now, I don't know why it's taking so long. They normally pop right in, blah, 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 blah. But once it comes up, I think everybody at some point or another has dealt with this particular issue. I just think this person just went a little far with it, and I wish it come on. There we go. Here we go.
Funny anymore.
I have to leave the room
because I farted in front of you.
You could have made it go out slowly. You could have done anything. You could have gone to the bathroom, but instead you decided to make it like balloon popping loud in front of me.
Okay, this is honestly. Please stop. Seriously.
Please. Why don't
we have the room for a whole week, Jason? Stop.
I'm going home. I'm not staying here.
How are you getting home? The rental car's in my name.
Get an Uber. I'll get an Uber to the airport, and we can talk about this when we get back. But I'm sorry,
Jason. Stop.
This is not a vacation with someone who's so fucking disgusting.
Okay, this is your mother talking. This is not you.
My mother never farted in her entire life.
Okay, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
What's
honestly,
ridiculous is you going 6 years and having a little bit of respect, and on the 6th year before the 7th year, you decide to let everything out, literally.
Okay, verbally. Well,
what?
He said he out.
Some people are just stupid, in my opinion.
This man said his mother.
If that is true, he's using that as an excuse. It's bringing up his trauma or something. And like, really? Glad you're gone.
Right. He said his mother never farted in her life.
Yeah, some people are just
ever
weird. Real quick, and then we're gonna start
OMG.
up, folks. I just want to say, Edge did get back to me about the picture. This picture of this fountain is, and I'm hoping I'm saying this right, the Trevi Fountain, and it was for feeding. Responsible for delivering water to Rome during the medieval times. That's what that fountain is. Thanks, Ange. Thanks for getting back. And she also said it's not her camera. Okay. I don't know. You must have an iPhone. That's all I can say.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up now. Now we're getting disrespectful.
You must have an iPhone. Oh, Debbie, what you got coming up this week?
I'm looking at my calendar. I have a client over there. I have a women's meeting group for Gestalt, like that. Same old, same old.
All right. You working on any art?
Actually, I have an idea.
Okay.
But I haven't started it yet. And thank you for saying that because it's out of my consciousness. I need to rein it in.
Your art inspires me.
Thank you.
Of course. Boom, what you doing?
Absolutely. Man, it's way too much, brother. Way too much. I was trying to see if I could turn my camera around so you guys can see, but it doesn't look like it. So anyway, I'm inside this auditorium. Sis does a girls camp every year. Shout out to 100% Girls and my sis Fudge for J.S. Singletary. Does this camp every year, and this is their end of the year show. So this is where I am now, getting ready to do this program with them.
All right. Shout out to Fudge.
Set up and they get ready to turn down for what? It starts at 4:00, but we had to come here. They had to do their practice and rehearsal and all that good stuff. So viewers, I apologize for not being on in the first part of the show, but that's exactly what I was doing. And then when I am done here, I have to go out to Loafers in Catonsville, Silent Disco Sunday, Silent Sundress or Shush Sundress Sunday. Silent disco at Loafers from 7 to 11 tonight. So if you got a pretty sundress, it's only $10 to get in. If you got a pretty sundress, if you don't, it's going to be $20. So I suggest you wear a sundress.
Right. The hardest working DJ in the business.
I'll be
Ladies
trying.
and gentlemen, I just want to say this. If you get the chance, please go check out what I've going on therealshaheem.com. And don't forget to visit my YouTube channel. And please subscribe and also turn on those notifications so you can always stay in touch with what I got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Help a brother. I also want to say my song Weightless is still out there and it's on, ladies and gentlemen. You can still buy it. Help a brother out. Go check it out. It is available on all streaming platforms. Apple Music, Spotify, you name it. You can go get it. So help a brother, support a brother, and go check it out. Go buy my song Weightless, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I
Absolutely. It's a fire song. If you haven't heard it yet, y'all better get it together.
One of the best songs ever wrote. If I don't mind saying so myself.
I enjoy it.
Thank you, and I appreciate your support, cuz you and on Debbie. I love you guys. Thank you very much for your support. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we love you too, and we hope that you love us, and we hope also that you guys enjoyed this episode of From the Shore to Be More. But not just that, we hope that you come back and see next week's episode, everybody. So listen, from me or Debbie, DJ Boom, enjoy your Sunday. We'll see you next Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.
Something without one another bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you and the world's all right.